Have the privilege of interviewing Mr. Arthur Lee Jones Sr., also known as Captain Arthur.
Mo- May I say?
Thank you so much for letting us. Go ahead. Yes.
Most all the people around here call me Kicking Lightly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How did you get that name?
Huh. I don't know how Kicking Lightly. Just for everybody asks me, "What you doing today?" I say, "I'm just kicking along lightly."
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you have been with United Shellfish since 1952.
Yes.
You came here from Painter, Virginia,
Yes.
with your mom,
Yeah.
and she at the time was
No.
working in Little Creek.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. And you are 97 years old.
Yes.
Wonderful. Now you have seen a lot of changes here in Queen Anne's County.
Yes, ma'am.
What can you tell me about? What are some things that you have seen changed over the years that you've been here?
Well, one thing I've seen the change in school when school in my day it was colored and white school.
Uh-huh.
So I've seen they come together and all go to one school.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
How has that helped the African American community, the black community? Coming together, how has that helped us as black people?
Well, I would think. I mean, getting a job and getting a job and going to places that white could go. We couldn't go back into them places. When I was young, we couldn't go different places where white go. Couldn't go all places where white went. So
Mm-hmm.
so now you can go any place you want to go. I mean, as far as I.
Absolutely. And I think my generation, we don't appreciate that as much. That's awesome.
Yeah. Now you can go. Now you can go anywhere you want to go. You know. I mean,
Yes, sir. And that makes you feel pretty good, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, I think me, have manners and behave. I can go most any place I want to go.
Yes. Yes. And you're speaking volumes when you talk about just having good manners. What would you tell today's generation?
Pull up your pants, and dress a little bit better. I mean, you boys nowadays they pants down to the knees. They don't have no respect.
Mm-hmm.
So I would tell the young boys, pull up your pants and have some respect. Hey, get your hair cut. If you shave up like that. I mean, have some pride of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Having that pride, I think is awesome.
Yeah, I do too. Pull up your pants, you know.
Yes, sir.
That's one thing I do want them to do, but have some pride. Pull up your pants.
Yes, sir.
May I say this?
Yes, sir.
Where was I? I was down at a shopping center, down 5 and 10. And I saw a boy. I had really. He went in the 5 and 10 store, and I saw his underwear. His pants was that low, you know, around. I mean, down around here. And I should have went and told him to pull up his pants. Young boy, pull up your pants. Have some respect.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Have
sir.
some pride of yourself, you know.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of wisdom is coming from you today. If you had the chance to go back and talk to yourself when you were young coming up, is there any special advice you would give yourself when you were younger, as you look back now thinking? Anything, or is there anything you would do differently? No.
No, no, because I wanted to have a job. Really, I wanted to work. I mean, I wanted to keep a job, have a job, and I kept a job.
Yes, yes, you have.
Yeah, I kept a job. So.
Yes, you have. And you know what? You are a well respected man in your community.
Yeah.
And I know you're well respected by everyone at United.
Yes, oh yes. Yes.
And you make us all proud.
Yeah.
You make us all proud. And is there anything else that you want to share with us before we close our interview? Do you have any advice to, let's say, Black Americans today as they face adversity?
Yeah, well, I told you about the pants pull up.
Yes.
And go to school. I really want them to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
Get some education.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I do say when I was growing up, I do want to say this. I wish I could have went further in school, but my time we had boys then had to get up and work.
Yes, sir.
We had to work.
Yes.
So I really wish I could have. I wish I could have went much further in school. You know, much further.
I think you've given us some great advice.
Yeah.
Go to school.
Yeah.
Pull up those pants.
Right. Do that.
And showing respect.
Yes.
That is great.
Yeah.
Now, I also know that, because I remember as a little girl, you and your wife would open your home to the preacher on Sundays, and you all would have dinner. And I know you have been a wonderful servant of the Lord.
Yeah.
What advice would you give us today for any young person that may just be starting out in a church community? What advice would you give to a young person today?
Well, take part. Have some parts in the church. Go to church and have some parts in the church. Something to do in the church.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Take part. Have part in it. Yeah.
That's great advice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are definitely a role model to many people. I want to tell you that personally.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.